and gentlemen, this is a Pinnacle Combat Amateur Heavyweight fight.
I think
it's scheduled for three 3-minute rounds. It's being brought to you by Lot 1.
McGregor and Diaz.
Fighting out of the blue corner, he's a freestyle fighter with kickboxing experience, standing 6'2", 240 pounds, with 4 wins, 1 loss, training with Iowa Top Team. From Fulton, Illinois, Dylan Schoenfeld. And fighting out of the red corner, he's a freestyle fighter who loves to strike, standing 6'7", 215 pounds, with no wins, 1 loss, training with True Fitness. From Dubuqe, Iowa, TJ Rawson.
Welcome back. The cage is ready to rock. We got heavyweights in. It is our 4th amateur fight of the night. Pinnacle Combat 25. Rob Spengler, Drew Railsbeck, and Keone Koch is joining us.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Co-owner of Hard Drive MMA. We are underway, and we're ready to see some fireworks, right, guys?
Yeah, this is going to be a really good fight. Dylan's the #1 rated heavyweight in Iowa, and TJ is the local fighter here in Dubuque, Iowa. And I expect to see a lot of good things out of both these two, not only in this fight, but other fights to come.
Pulling out the high kick already.
Big wind up there for TJ. Hard leg kick by Dylan.
These guys throw with a lot of force.
Hard leg kick there that got checked. One checked leg kick can change the whole momentum of a fight.
Yep.
But they're not wasting time. They're trying to get after it.
Big swing by Rawson. Reset in the middle.
I did watch Dylan fight about a month and a half ago for the kickboxing show that was here in Dubuque, and he will switch his stance. He is fighting southpaw right now, but he will switch his stance.
Rawson gets a little crowd reaction. Ooh. Tries his own high kick there. Nice strong right.
He is winding up a little bit with those punches. Nothing's coming down the pipe.
TJ seems really, really calm, really collected. There's a lot of big punches coming, but he doesn't seem like like it's really phasing him, and he's staying right out of range and using his kicks well.
Schoenfeld just about took his legs out on that one. A little off balance for Rawson.
TJ's wearing the Hayabusa tights, and I'm not sure what
Heavy
brand
left.
that is.
Heavy left from Schoenfeld there.
A little inside leg kick there by TJ.
Goes high with the kick. Boy, Rawson's got some fans here in the audience tonight.
Yeah, Rawson sold a lot of tickets here for Pinnacle.
Schoenfeld using his body to kind of back Rawson against cage and takes him down.
It's worth mentioning that Schoenfeld said earlier that he's really motivated by his mom. She recently passed away, and so sometimes when somebody has that kind of motivation, they're willing to really fight through a lot of adversity. And he seems to be really unafraid, really fearless in the way that he's bringing the fight to Rawson.
TJ should. It doesn't really look like he has the choke. Dylan doesn't look very fazed by it.
Now, and he's actually got both arms in, so outside of a turn or a roll, he's not really affecting him at all. He can just kind of camp out here, work the body, and wait for that head to slip out and stay in a good half
And
guard.
we're under 10 seconds here in round number 1, so looks like this one's going to head to round number 2 as well. An exciting round 1, Dylan Schoenfeld versus TJ Rawson.
A lot of action on the feet for that round. Some exchanged high kicks, some inside leg kicks that were dug in.
Here's some highlights from round 1. Look on our monitors here. There's that nice high kick there from Rawson. Overhand. Swung and missed on that one. And there's a nice exchange from Dylan Schoenfeld. Eventually, Schoenfeld gets the takedown here at the end of round number 1. Maybe just slightly ahead on the scorecard.
That was a tough fight to judge, honestly, or a tough round to judge. Excuse me. Both fighters exchanged, kicks and punches. Dylan did take TJ down, but he didn't really do a lot with it. And TJ kind of held on to a choke that wasn't there. So I'm not really sure how the fighters or how the judge will score that.
All right, here we go. Round number 2. Heavyweight fight, our 4th amateur fight of the night. Dylan Schoenfeld versus TJ Rawson, and we're underway.
I will say Schoenfeld has been pushing the pace. He's been dictating a little bit where this fight takes place. Rawson's been landing kicks, but a lot of these big wide misses aren't really affecting TJ a whole lot. He's slipping right out of the way and putting himself in a position to come back in. But one thing my instructor Duke Rufus kickboxing said is you can't really allow opportunities. So if somebody swings and misses big, that's an opportunity you're missing. You got to be able to capitalize. To make a miss isn't enough. You're losing the aggression war.
And with these bigger guys, when they swing and miss like that wastes a lot of energy.
Yes.
It does, although I would say, wow, there's some nice stand-up, good exchange. I was going to say, these guys look still pretty fresh here. Doesn't look like either one of them is real wore out at this point. Already a minute into round number 2.
I don't like seeing that shin-to-shin contact every time. Makes me cringe.
It's crazy how hard they are when they slam into each other like that.
I think Dylan's going to try and work some combinations here.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. But they're both kind of loading up a little bit. I'd like to see somebody come a little bit more relaxed and try to put some hands together. Otherwise, it's kind of a swing and a miss and a swing and a miss and a swing and a miss.
These single punches, even if they land, really don't do a whole lot.
He got his eye hurt. His eye's hurt. The ref, Tyrone's not calling it, so he's got to go. You got to fight through this.
All right, Schoenfeld.
Yeah, this is something. If I'm TJ, I'm all over him. There's no.
Yeah, you fight until the ref steps in, and the ref hadn't stepped in yet.
Yeah.
And the hometown fans of Rawson are not happy about the stoppage.
Yeah, these things are accidental. It happens on almost every card. This will happen. Someone will get poked in the eye.
Well, I don't know if we've seen it if it was a poke or if it was a punch, but if it turns out to be a punch, then that could be a critical error. But TJ would have been perfectly within his rights to jump all over him, and
Absolutely.
Kudos to him for not doing it. But could potentially cost him in the end too.
Well, yeah, exactly. As you said, Keon, he could have really jumped on him at that point, couldn't you? Amateur fighters. Whoa. Big swings.
It's about a minute left in the round, too.
Rawson pushing. Wow.
We just missed that one.
Yeah, Rawson is pushing the action here for the moment.
Even with someone, I said it in one of the earlier fights, but even when someone blocks a kick with their arms,
finger there.
That still hurts quite a bit.
Well, it does, and if you're going to block or if you're going to pull a kick, you might as well do something with it.
Whoa. There we go. Takedown. Rawson on top.
TJ with the takedown.
Caught him.
It looked like he caught the kick there and then just tripped him off of that.
Schoenfeld ties him up. 9 seconds left, so this round is going to come to an end. Right now, Schoenfeld just needs to survive. And we'll head to round number 3. And can you believe that? We've had 4 amateur fights. They're all going to round 3.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I like seeing it. Obviously the fans like the knockouts, but I like seeing these fights go the distance and see fighters be able to put on their skills.
Well, Drew, I know you don't want to toot your own horn, but I'm going to toot it because this is all about matchmakers.
Yep.
If you put together 2 evenly matched fighters, you're going to have this.
Yep. And even though I am from Dubuque here, and I do train with a lot of the guys that are on the card here in Dubuque. If you're involved with an organization, you can't let that be a deciding factor. You're going to try and set up as even fights as you can, and that's what I try to do here on the whole amateur card, and then obviously the pro card as well.
Well, you saw the takedown on the replay there, and I guess in my mind, TJ Rawson, this is his fight to lose at this point. Certainly Schoenfeld's still in it, though.
Yeah, it kind of depends on how the judges scored that first round. Dylan did get the takedown, but
I've got this dead even. I've got Schoenfeld has the takedown in round 1. He barely narrowed it out, and in this last round, I think TJ did the exact same thing. He bested him this round, and so I think this is the one. I think this is the round that decides who wins the fight. And you can't let it go to a decision, especially if you're fighting a hometown man.
Here we go. Round number 3 underway. Heavyweight fight. It's been a good one so far. Schoenfeld throwing a combination there. Rawson.
This will be quite the upset for TJ if he's able to pull this off against the number 1 rated amateur heavyweight in Iowa.
Yeah, he's looked pretty sharp. Schoenfeld, for his credit, doesn't look rattled at all.
No, not in the slightest.
This is so often where the fight is decided. You know, it comes down to a lot of times a battle of wills. You know, it's 1 round to 1 round. Who wants it more? And whether it's an amateur level, a professional level, or a championship level, it really comes down to who wants it more and who can execute when the time calls.
And so far, nobody has made or caught
a
an
nice
opponent.
Body kick. That was a rough body kick. See him slow down and show a little bit of emotion from that.
Even with my headphones on up here at the booth, I heard that.
Yeah, the slap.
And with leg kicks, though, it's the ones that you don't hear on the leg that do the most damage. The slapping ones that you hear don't really inflict a lot of damage. When it's shin to the leg, those are the ones that hurt the most.
Schoenfeld trying a couple overhand combinations there.
And you're starting to see Schoenfeld time these now. Rawson's slowing down to a degree that Schoenfeld's just barely getting him at the end of his punches on the counter, which is definitely going to favor him.
Approaching the 1 minute mark here of the 3rd round. Boy, Schoenfeld.
Rawson landed a good right hook in there, a good counter hook, and it stopped him and slowed him down.
And Dylan buried his chin after that. It may have hurt him a little bit.
Yeah, he had some momentum going. There's another high kick by Rawson. Got him with the right.
Who wants it more? There's 45 seconds left. I think there's going to be some chuck wagons coming.
Dylan was smiling at him too after that last exchange.
Wow, this has been a great war here.
And for heavyweights, these guys still have a pretty decent amount in the tank.
Absolutely. That's something that's really jumped out at me. These two guys still have something left here.
Final 15 seconds here.
TJ getting his name chanted. We'll see if this can fire him up a little bit here. Doesn't want to make a mistake. I don't know.
You got to really finish strong right here. I mean, you can't really leave it in the judge's hands.
Oh, low blow.
A timeout with 1 second.
1 second left. They'll be able to slap hands with 1 second left, and then that'll be the end of the fight.
That'll be it.
I bid you adieu. Thank you for the combat. I enjoyed the fisticuffs.
The fisticuffs?
The fisticuffs. Engaging in the fisticuffs.
Well, this has been, boy, I tell you, again, this is the 4th amateur fight. They've all gone 3 rounds, and this one has been as entertaining as any.
You see the remnant of that Schoenfeld kick on Rawson's belly there, so you know that he hit him with some good shots.
Yep. Well, here we go. This one's going to go to the judge's decision. I don't want to be a judge right now.
Yeah, tough fight.
I guess if I had to lean one way, I think Rawson may have pulled this thing off.
I think Keone was pretty on point. That 3rd round probably determined the fight, and I don't even know how I would score that as a judge. It's
tough. If I'm looking at this fight, I'm looking at who's having more fun, who's controlling the cage, who's not showing emotion. That guy is Dylan Schoenfeld, but Rawson did really, really effectively control the 2nd round. So it's going to be really, it comes down to these 3 judges and how they see this 3rd round. That kick was one that left toe prints on TJ Rawson. I wouldn't want to be feeling that in the morning.
Drew, something you talked about is you like to see the camaraderie amongst fighters.
Yeah, I love seeing that. I love seeing the sportsmanship between fighters.
And Dylan and TJ again chatting extensively after the fight. Obviously have a lot of respect for each other.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Pinnacle Combat Amateur Heavyweight fight that went the distance, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Fran Bishop scores the fight 29-28, Rawson. Judge Aaron Powers scores the fight 29-28, Schoenfeld. Judge Pete Hinkle scores the fight 30-27. Your winner, TJ Rawson!
Schoenfeld can't believe it. They still shake hands, and now let's find out from Justin Taylor what TJ has to say.
What an upset.
TJ, a
What
couple
an
observations. First, I'm glad you're bringing those head kicks at me. Second, we don't get a lot of heavyweights in this cage, let alone local heavyweights. Talk to your fans.
I don't know, I took this fight a couple months ago, wanted to change weight class, try it out. Might be a little heavier than I thought. Might go down to light heavyweight next time, but felt good getting back in here. I'm looking forward to some more.
Anybody you want to thank?
I thank my corner over here and just True Fitness and everyone I've been sparring with the last couple months.
Ladies and gentlemen, TJ Rawson.